Joining us to unpack this latest development is political analyst Professor Sethulego Matebesi. Joins us via our video link this morning. Prof, it's great to see you. 9 mayors since 2016. Do you think that this latest mayor not just will serve out his term, but perhaps will serve out the year?
Hi, good morning, Michelle. And good morning to the viewers. What a very interesting question. And my response to that is that you've got a party with 3 seats in a council with almost 200 seats. For me, it will not be up to the mayor, and it will not even be, he will not be judged on whether he's doing the right things over the next couple of months. It will all be up to, once again, the zeal and the personal interest of some leaders. And I would want to tread cautiously with my response, but I will not be surprised if he does not make it towards the end of the year, being a mayor of this municipality where we've seen a vicious recycling, votes of no confidence, but absolutely no, interest in delivering services to the residents of Gauteng.
Yeah. I mean, it surely must, and it has. We've seen it. If you live in Johannesburg, you will see the kind of impact it's having on service delivery. What does it mean, Prof? On paper, when you have this revolving door of mayors, what does it mean for not only policy, but also implementation of policy?
Well, I think we should not be all disillusioned with the process. Perhaps this is a learning curve for all of us. But what for me is very commendable, and some of the things that we often don't say, is that for the ANC with the majority, or even the EFF, those with the larger chunk of the support there, for them taking a backseat. But that in itself, that's where the danger lies, because they will be wanting to dictate the terms. But also interesting what the behind the scenes, if you look at the outcome, I mean, if you look at the number of votes that the DA and ActionSA have taken, even when you combine them, 127, it's still far away from that. But that tells you also how divided the opposition is. And it gives you a glimpse of what is going to happen in 2024 with some of the comments coming from the Democratic Alliance, the very same party who wants to form a so-called pact with the opposition, lambasting smaller parties like Al-Jama.
It's been called a doomsday coalition. Kabelo Gwamanda himself has praised the government of local unity, as it is now called. Prof, is it a signal of the road to 2024, and perhaps how messy that road might be?
No, our politicians, unfortunately, or leaders at local government level, are highly unpredictable, and they have demonstrated that over and over to South Africans that we cannot trust them. And the power lies with the residents. The residents need to punish this party, and by punishing, we don't encourage residents to go onto the street, burn down their own facilities. They need to exercise their democratic right by voting against some of these parties who are clearly showing disregard to the residents of Gauteng. Yes, this tells us what can perhaps happen, but one lesson that we can take from these coalition governments is that they are so unpredictable. And, it's one agreement today, and a couple of weeks again, it seems as if there's a lot of issues. And for me, these issues, contestation, bickering, it's all about the positions that some of these leaders want to occupy or actually give to some of the party members. And it's not about service delivery.
Yeah. So what is the future then of coalitions, Prof? Because we're being told that coalition governments is what we need to get used to. And yet it appears we can't get a handle on it.
Yes, no, we can't get rid of this because I foresee a situation that this is what is going to play out in the political arena in South Africa. Perhaps as we go on, the electorate will learn how to handle this situation, or the citizens to respond to this. But even our leaders, and that's why I say for me it's very commendable when you've got, the EFF and the ANC. Although I would like a party like the ANC, who is the ruling party in South Africa, to set the tone in terms of their conduct around these particular issues. And I've been saying over the past couple of weeks, when are we going to reach a stage where some leaders say, but can't we just allow any other party, whether it's a small party like our Jamaat, to take over the mayoral position? I mean, it won't be the end of any other political party, so that the residents of Gauteng and that particular metropolitan municipality can get access to municipal services and good governance. And here we've got that situation. But as I've indicated, we have been here, we have seen this movie before, and perhaps this is the way going forward. But this also is a lesson, provides numerous lessons to South Africans as to how they should also respond to local government. Because if you look at the outcome, even the turnout at local government elections, you will see there's a huge difference between our general elections and how people vote at local government. So perhaps this gives them an opportunity to next time see how they can navigate around what I would say it's a thorny challenge for many residents.
Yeah, the cynics among us will say that perhaps this issue of coalitions is being undermined purposefully, that there are vested interests that actually don't want coalition politics to work for very particular reasons. What do you make of that, Prof?
Yes, no, most definitely. And it's very unfortunate. I mean, South Africa today, what has become part of our DNA, in our political landscape, is this whole notion of transactional activism. I am not going to get involved in anything unless I am being rewarded. I've heard about debates and topics about the fight against corruption. Corruption is continuing unabated at almost every corner of South African, and that is a problem. And it has been the nature of our political battle, and it's going to take a while to try and fight that. And once you've got the political will from the top to the bottom to deal with this, and then I don't think we will be able to, experience what we currently been exposed to in our local government system. But as I've seen, perhaps it's a learning curve, but we should also understand sometimes these lack of service delivery or poor provision of service delivery leads to fatality. Some people are losing their lives if they don't have access to clean water and all that. And can we as South Africa afford that? So our leaders are really gambling with the lives of the residents of South Africa, and they really need to come to the party. But I strongly believe that as a country, we are where we are through engagement, and perhaps that is still one lesson that our leaders have to learn at local government level.
Yeah, as they say, corruption is not a victimless crime. Professor Sethulego Matebesi, let me thank you for your time this morning. Great to get your perspective on the latest Johannesburg mayor and all things coalition politics.